What's up, it's Jan, back at it again with another nerdy bookish video. This is going to be my 12 recs by 12 of my vamps, aka my patrons, for 2026. Okay. I know everyone says it, but I cannot believe we're here already. I have yet to finish my 12 recs by 12 vamps for 2025, but I will say I only have 3 left, so it's very doable as of today, which is November 22nd, just for my future reference. I've been doing this challenge since I think 2023. I used to do it just publicly on my Instagram through my stories and have people submit recs through there, but then I decided to make it an extra Patreon perk to narrow things down because it got a little bit overwhelming doing it on Instagram and narrowing it down to 12. So this made it a little bit easier, and this way, if my patrons submit more than one, or if they submit one that just aren't interested in at that given time, I still put all the recs, no matter what, in my little Dracula head jar, my immortal vamp rec vessel, if you will. It's essentially just my Patreon recs jar, which I pull from every month on my monthly TBR videos. But here are 12 that I have already owned, aside from one that I'm still waiting on, but I know I love the author and I trust this Vamps Rex, especially in that genre. All of the other ones I've owned, I've wanted to read, I know I've been putting off, so I need this motivation, etc., etc. So, without further ado, I'll just talk about the one that I don't have physically yet, which I'm still waiting on. I got it from Pango for like $8, I think, maybe 10, so I got it secondhand, and that is Grave Matter by Karina Halley. I've read, I believe, 4 books by her at this point. I've read Black Sunshine, the sequel, which is The Blood is Love, Night Wolf, which is the spin-off, and then Blood Orange, which is another Dracula duet. So I know I love her writing. I know I love her smut scenes. So I'm excited for this one because it definitely has the gothic vibe that I love. Let me pull up an actual synopsis and give you some buzzwords if you're interested. I believe this was also dark academia. Horror romance means science fiction, which also scares me, but I'm hoping to be more of a sci-fi girly in 2026. This year, my goal was to become more of a fantasy girly, and I believe I've achieved that because I found a lot of 5-star fantasies and romanticies this year. Next year, my goal is to dabble in sci-fi more. So I'm sure there's not too much sci-fi in this, but it's there in the description. A dark and delicious gothic psychological thriller. Perfect for fans of Gothicana, which I hated, Ninth House, which I loved, and Mexican Gothic, which I loved. So it's about a mycologist. Is that someone who studies mushrooms? I could be really very wrong. Promising Alzheimer's research. Ghosts walk the halls at this school. Oh, it's a grad student program at an isolated lodge hidden away in a remote fog-shrouded inlet on Vancouver Island. That sounds divine. I can't wait for the lush, atmospheric writing that Karina Halley tends to be really good at. And that was recommended by fellow vamp Sash, so thank you. She did make it into this year as well, and she recommended Role Playing by Kathy Yardley, which I gave 4 stars. So I tried to pick different people every year, but sometimes people make it in consecutive years, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles, you know? Speaking of books that I have been avoiding and need this motivation for, this is the book that I was specifically thinking of. Buffalo Hunter Hunter by Stephen Graham Jones. If you know me, if you've been here a while, you know Stephen Graham Jones and I don't have a good relationship in terms of me liking his books. I don't know. But if anything's gonna make me like an author's books, it's gonna be vampires. So I'm hoping this one takes the cake. Thank you, Aardvark, for sending me this copy, because I think all my Stephen Graham Jones books have only been either from the library or sent to me as gifts. Aardvark sent this to me because I do have a code with them, and I love promoting them genuinely. I just love their service so much. They are a monthly subscription box that have diverse titles every single month, and they're a little bit cheaper than competing brands. If you know, you know. But my code is JAN, and you could use that at checkout to get your first box for $4 and free shipping. Literally, you have nothing to lose. It's so worth it. So worth it. $4 for a brand new hardback? Are you joking? Steal. Highly recommend checking them out. But yeah, Buffalo Hunter Hunter is a historical fiction with vampires, and I heard the audiobook's good, so I'll probably be immersive reading with this because I do have the Libro FM ALC, the audiobook for it, so I'll be doing that to help hopefully make me enjoy it more. And yeah, there's vampires. all I need to know. And that was recommended by Liv from what the hell is her YouTube channel? I swear I watch her videos. I can't remember. Is it Live with Books? I think it's Live with Books. I'll link everyone's channel who has a channel down below. The next one is recommended by Rebecca, The Collected Regrets of Clover by Mickey Brammer. This has been on my TBR for so long. When was this a thing? May 2023. That's actually embarrassing. On the back it says, "Death she gets, it's life she can't quite figure out." So this is about a doula, a death doula in New York City, dedicating her life to ushering people peacefully through their end-of-life process. Already making me cry just thinking about it. So I have a feeling this one's a tearjerker, and that might subconsciously be the reason why I've been avoiding it, because I'm not emotionally ready, but I'm gonna have to be in 2026. Next we have When the Reckoning Comes by LaTanya McQueen. This was recommended by M. I heard this is genuinely scary, just like in the reality horror side of things. It takes place in a small segregated hometown of this girl Mira in the South. She distanced herself from the past, from her best friend Celine, mocked by their town as the only white girl with black friends, from her old neighborhood, from the Erie Woodsman plantation, rumored to be haunted by the spirits of slaves, and the terrifying memory of a ghost she saw on that terrible day when a dare gone wrong almost got Jesse, the boy she secretly loved, arrested for murder. Sounds like there's a lot going on. And yeah, it's a short horror, which I love, and I haven't heard anyone talk shit about this book. Maybe one person. I remember this being on someone's worst books, and I was going to read it for a Do Your Worst episode. I can't remember who, but I rarely hear negative things about this book, so I'm so excited. Thank you, M. Next is a recommendation by Megan, and she recommended The Rachel Incident by Carolyn O'Donoghue. This is also an Aardvark book, but this was way before I started working with Aardvark. I actually got this secondhand from Pango, but it really makes sense that Megan recommended this because it's very Sally Rooney-esque, and Megan and I have rewatched Normal People together. She gifted me a copy of a special edition of Normal People. We just love Sally Rooney and love Normal People. But yeah, this is by an Irish author. It takes place in Ireland. It's a brilliantly funny novel about friends, lovers, Ireland in chaos, and a young woman desperately trying to manage all three. I just love messy girl books like this. I'm excited to finally get to this one. Next is Half a Soul, recommended by Chloe. This is by Olivia Atwater, and my friend Tori from Tori Between Pages gifted this to me. What was it for? My birthday? Yeah, my birthday. So thank you, Tori. This is like a Regency cozy fantasy. I chose this one to be on this list because the next season of Bridgerton is coming out in late January, and the second half is coming out late February, according to my sources, aka a manager at work who's obsessed with Bridgerton. So I'm just gonna read all the Bridgerton vibey books and Bridgerton itself in preparation, during, after, when I'm missing the season, in between the two halves of the season. So yeah, this would be a good one, and I've heard good things about this. I haven't heard too many positive things about the rest of the series. This also has Fae in it, which I love, and it's pretty short, so I'm excited for a whimsical Regency Fae time with this one. The next one is recommended by Tiffany, Rejection by Tony Tulatim. I'm sorry, I don't want to butcher it even more than I already did, but I bought this book because Megan from Hey Megan, Read with Meg? I don't know. She changed one of her account names recently, but I know on Instagram she's Hey Megan. She loved it. This was already on my radar though because it is a lit fic, and I know it's by an Asian author, but then yeah, her reviews sold me on it, and then Tiffany recommended it because she loved it too, and we align most of the time, especially with like lit fics like this, so I'm excited to have this on the list because it is short, it's by an Asian author, and I trust Tiffany with my entire soul. But it says it's a provocative plunge into the touchiest problems of modern life. The 7 connected stories, oh, okay, seamlessly transition between the personal crises of a complex ensemble and the comic tragedies of sex, relationships, identity, and the internet. I know it talks about like Asian identity as well, so hopefully there are some relatable things, because I am Asian, if you didn't know. I'm Filipino, so hopefully there's some things that will resonate with me in this book. Alright, full 180 to a nice little smutty book, I think. This was recommended by Alicia, Bourbon and Lies by Victoria Wilder. It takes place in a small town in Kentucky. There's a former cop, there's a stranger named Lainey Young who shows up in the small town. It's the way she dishes out attitude from that pretty mouth of hers that has me wanting things I've sworn to myself I'd never want again. So it's like sworn off love, small town romance. Love it. Seems like there's gonna be some dark, moody vibes. The synopsis, I hate synopses in first person, it just automatically sounds cringy, so I'm not even gonna go off of that. I'm gonna pretend I didn't read that. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for all of these, okay? Here's another romance, just cause this was recommended by Brianna from Four Paws and a Book. She recommended Burning Daylight by Emily McIntyre. She recommended a few others, but I chose this one because I needed an excuse to buy it. Look how pretty it is. I was surprised that she recommended this to me because, I don't know, I haven't heard too many people talk about it or tell me that I would love it, so I'm intrigued. And I love my big romances. This is a Romeo and Juliet retelling, I think, reimagining. Oh, it's a series, Defying the Stars Book 1. And Emily McIntyre wrote Hooked, Beneath the Stars. I've never read anything by her yet. I did look up out of context quotes, which made me confirm my decision. Brianna recommended a bunch of books that I was interested in and really want to read, so those will be in the Immortal Vampirec Vessel, obviously, but this is the one that made the cut. Next, we have a recommendation from Vanessa, Empire of Shadows by Jacqueline Benson. I know Kayla loved this. I don't remember if I've heard anyone else talk about this besides Kayla, but I have heard of this before her vlog, and we tend to align on fantasy, so I was like, yeah, I'll buy it. I got it from my indie romance bookstore, so there is a pretty prominent romance in this, I believe, and it seems like an adventure type of thing with like some academia. Nice Victorian ladies don't run off to find legendary lost cities. It just seems fun. And I know my indie bookstore also has the sequel, so it's there when I need it, and there's a bat on the back cover too, so sold, obviously. This is book 1 of Raiders of the Arcana, and I just love... Oh, I heard Katie from Katie is Reading read this, and she liked it as well. I'm kind of intimidated because the font is quite small, so are the margins, but we're gonna give it a shot. I think I'm gonna like it. I have a good feeling about it. We're almost done. The last 2. Next we have Blood Over Brighthaven by M.L. Wong. This was recommended by Sean. I'm so stoked, even though I'm still in the middle of Sword of Kaigen and have been since April. Don't yell at me. Okay, please, please, I know, awful. But hopefully this is the motivation. Like, I cannot bring Sword of Kaigen into 2026. I need to finish it in December, for sure, because I have this looming over my head to read in 2026. This is one of the best dark academia books as of late, I've heard. It says the first woman ever admitted to a prestigious order of mages unravels a secret conspiracy that could change the practice of magic forever. It's a standalone dark fantasy too. I love a good standalone. M.L. Wong's writing is beautiful, phenomenal, incredible, amazing, show-stopping. Really excited for this, and it's a lot shorter than Sword of Kaigen. And then the very last rec is from Lynn, and she recommended The Dagger and the Flame by Catherine Doyle, which I actually named my most beautiful book I bought this year. Was that in my mid-year book tag? I can't remember, but regardless, it's gorgeous. I have prettier books now, but still, look at that knife to throat moment. Ugh, I forgot what the inside looks like. Oh yeah, love it, love it, love it. Dagger on one side, flame on the other, and then the reverse dust jacket. Also love it. This is the Fairlude edition, and I've been wanting to read this forever. I don't know why I keep putting it off. I heard it's easy to understand. It's a fun YA romantasy that's enemies to lovers, and there are these cloaks and the daggers, the thieves and the assassins, and they're like rival families or whatever. I'm assuming it's like a forbidden romance type thing. I don't know, but I have the sequel as a NetGalley arc. It's called The Rebel and the Rose. I think it comes out in December. I got the arc like months ago, so this needs to happen in 2026, and I'll have the sequel right at my fingertips. I don't know if it's gonna be just a duology or what, but that is the last rec. It's such a good stack. I'm so excited. I hope I can complete it. I have a pretty good feeling that I will. I made sure to throw in some easier, shorter reads on there, so hopefully it's not too daunting, but I think I'm gonna have this down to a science by the time next year rolls around, especially considering how close I got this year, slash the fact that I'm going to finish it. You know what? I'm not even crossing my fingers. I'm going to finish it. We're manifesting. Okay, let me know if any of these are on your TBR or your thoughts on them, which ones I should prioritize in your opinion. Thank you so much to everybody in my Patreon who submitted recs. I appreciate you all so much for filling my Dracula jar. He's over there. That's why I'm pointing. I'm not pointing to the heavens above, but I appreciate you all so much. If you made it to the end of this video, what should we put? Put the flame emoji to represent the dagger and the flame on this. Put the flame emoji in the comments down below if you made it to the end. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a 5-star day. Don't forget to do some self-care, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.